But at the end of the day, a win is a win is a win. And the Indiana Fever without Caitlin Clark go up against the Las Vegas Aces and last year's MVP, A'ja Wilson, and walk away with a W, 80-70. That player right there, Natasha Howard.
A win is a win. But this wasn't just a win. This was a declaration. On July 24th, the Indiana Fever pulled off what might be the most important victory of their entire season without Caitlin Clark. Number 22 didn't suit up, she wasn't on the court, but her teammates, they didn't just show up, they showed out. Final score, 80-70. Indiana over Las Vegas, the defending champs. A squad loaded with all-stars, Olympians, and arguably the best player in the world, A'ja Wilson, and they got beat. Not by Caitlin, not by hype, but by grit, execution, and a team that was tired of being told they couldn't win without their star. This wasn't a fluke. This was a team win in every sense of the word. Kelsey Mitchell stepped up when the game was slipping. Sophie Cunningham turned into a flamethrower. Ari McDonald dropped the dagger 3. Natasha Howard was a silent destroyer in the paint. And on the sideline, Caitlin Clark was right there. Fired up, locked in, and celebrating every play like it was her own. So what happened that night? How did the Fever, counted out and doubted by everyone, flip the script on the Aces and shake up the playoff picture? Let's dive in, because this changed everything. Let's rewind the tape. Just days before this showdown, the Indiana Fever were reeling. 2 straight losses to the New York Liberty had the team teetering at a .500 record. Caitlin Clark out with a groin injury. No timeline, no guarantees, just silence and speculation. Suddenly the questions started pouring in. Are the Fever even a playoff team without Clark? Is the rest of the roster good enough? Is this the same old Indiana team with a fresh coat of paint? On ESPN, the tone shifted fast. From praise to panic, from celebration to skepticism. The same media that had hyped the Fever up were now turning on them, quick. And inside the locker room, that pressure wasn't abstract, it was real. Stephanie White knew it. This game wasn't just another regular season matchup. This was about identity, culture, pride. The critics said this team had nothing without Caitlin, that she was the sun and everyone else just orbiting. White's response? Prove them wrong. Now enter the Las Vegas Aces. A'ja Wilson, Kelsey Plum, Jackie Young, Chelsea Gray. A core built on dominance, championship DNA, and pure confidence. They walked into Gainbridge Fieldhouse like assassins on a business trip. And for good reason. Caitlin Clark wasn't playing. Indiana was vulnerable. The moment was ripe. Wilson had been battling her own frustration with media attention shifting toward Clark all season. And now, no Clark in the lineup? This was her chance to put on a show and reclaim the spotlight. The Aces weren't just playing to win. They were playing to humiliate. They wanted to make a statement, show the league who really runs this thing. And for the first few minutes, it looked like they might. But then something shifted. Indiana didn't back down. In fact, they pushed back hard. Kelsey Mitchell, a player who's been with the Fever since before it was cool, who's carried the scoring load in silence for years, always overshadowed by bigger names and louder narratives. Early in the game, it was rough, bricks, hesitation, doubt. She started ice cold, going 4 for 19 from the field, the kind of stat line that breaks players mentally. But Stephanie White wasn't about to pull her. During a key timeout, she leaned in and said, "Let it fly, it's going to go." 5 words. A lifeline. Something snapped into place. Mitchell came out of that huddle different, looser, more aggressive, more in rhythm. She started attacking the rim with purpose. She began creating for her teammates. She wasn't waiting for the game to come to her. She went out and took it. And in the fourth, she was untouchable. 9 points in the final quarter, 4 for 5 shooting, 4 assists. She was the closer. She was the engine. She was everything this team needed. And when the final buzzer sounded, her 21 points weren't just stats. They were proof that Mitchell can lead, proof that she can carry the team when it matters, proof that this team has more than just one weapon. While Mitchell was heating up, another fire was burning brighter, and it was wearing number 9, Sophie Cunningham. 6 straight games in double figures before this one, shooting over 58% from beyond the arc in the month of July. The best shooter in the league. And yet, barely a blip on national media's radar. Against the Aces, she made them pay. 3 for 4 from 3, 15 points. Timely buckets that broke Vegas's momentum again and again. Every time the Aces made a run, it was Sophie who hit back. Whether it was a pull-up in transition, a deep catch and shoot, or a relocation 3, she was automatic. But Sophie isn't just a shooter. She rebounds, she defends, she creates. Stephanie White elevated her to the starting lineup for a reason. She's earned it. Some are calling her the front runner for 6th player of the year. Others, they say she's one of the most clutch shooters in the entire WNBA. And when this team needed someone to match Vegas bucket for bucket, Sophie became the flame that refused to die out. Final 35 seconds. Fever up 5. One possession could flip everything. Vegas is closing in. Gainbridge Fieldhouse is on edge. That's when Ari McDonald said, "I got this." Step back. 3. Hand in her face. Splash. It wasn't just a shot, it was the shot. That triple killed Vegas's comeback hopes. It broke their will. It sealed the W, and it was Ari's only shot of the entire quarter. One look, one moment, one legacy. She finished with 9 points, 4 assists, and 2 steals off the bench. A line that screams impact without volume. Every championship team has an unsung hero. In this game, that was Ari. While all the fireworks were happening on the perimeter, one player was quietly dominating inside. Natasha Howard, 18 points, 13 boards, 3 steals. She was physical, she was relentless, she was everywhere. Every rebound ripped away from Vegas' hands was a dagger. Every stop, every box out, every contested shot, it mattered. After the game, Howard summed it up simply: "When our defense is going, our offense is going." She wasn't lying. Her toughness in the paint gave Indiana the edge it needed, and without her, the win doesn't happen, period. She didn't score, she didn't pass, she didn't suit up, but Caitlin Clark was everywhere in this game. She was vocal, she was fiery, she was in every huddle, every cheer, every reaction. When Mitchell hit big shots, she was up. When Ari hit the dagger, she was bouncing like she hit it herself. That energy, it's contagious. Even injured, Clark was the emotional engine of the team, and it showed. That's what real leadership looks like. Not stats, not headlines, presence, passion, connection. This win wasn't just about standings, though let's be clear, it mattered. The Fever are now 13-12 and hold the season series tiebreaker over Vegas. That could decide playoff position, but the real story is the shift in narrative, the shift in confidence, the shift in identity, because this game proved the Fever are not just Caitlin Clark and friends. They are Mitchell's poise, Sophie's flame, Ari's fearlessness, Howard's toughness, and Clark's fire, even from the sideline. This is a team, a dangerous one. And when Caitlin comes back, she's walking into a lineup that just beat the defending champs without her. That should scare everyone. If you believe the Fever are legit championship contenders, drop a comment. Red Hot Sophie, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a moment. And hey, watch the next video on screen to see how Clark's return could shift the entire playoff picture. We'll see you there.